Everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. Well, I'm grateful to EC Council for this opportunity to be with you today and share my journey into cybersecurity. I know we have a limited amount of time, so without any further delay, let's just get started. So, who am I? I've been in the cybersecurity industry for over 21 years now. I've been part of some of the renowned security communities like OWASP, and I was fortunate enough to be the former co-chair of OWASP India and start the New Delhi chapter for OWASP in India, and also co-founded the India's first cybersecurity conference called Security Byte. I'm part of the EC Council's Global Advisory Board. I'm thankful to them for giving me this opportunity. Been associated with NASSCOM as a technology workgroup member for the Cybersecurity Task Force, and as a guest lecturer and visiting faculty for some of the universities in India. And I also do some sort of cybersecurity trainings and all. So this session is pretty much about my journey into cybersecurity, and what I'll try to do is to just cover, some of the key areas as to what made me join the cybersecurity industry. We'll look at how has the industry evolved over the years, the challenges I faced, that and how did I manage them. We'll talk about predictions for cybersecurity industry in 2020, and this is just my view of how I see the industry. And then finally, we will try and wrap up the session with a small message and for the aspiring cybersecurity professionals, and some suggestions and tips to help them with their upcoming career. So what made me get into cybersecurity? Well, my cybersecurity journey is rather unusual since I never aspired to be in this profession, but it was the curiosity factor that led me into this profession. Well, back in 1993, when I was in college, I never really thought I would choose computer science and take up an IT job. It was actually all about my batchmates, what they were doing, and I just wanted to be with that group and not just to be the only one that fails. So as I said, I was actually fortunate to choose computer science during my college years, and I remember in my third semester, I became passionate about coding and how I could just quickly solve complex problems using some little programs. So when I first started my job, it gave me an opportunity not just to explore my programming skills, but also learn about networks and telecommunication. And this is where it all started happening, because now I was working on things that I was just reading up in the books, and now it was becoming pretty exciting. I started learning about firewalls, proxy servers, IDS, endpoint security, basically securing network systems and applications. In 99, I took a job and landed up in the US, and that's where I started working with some of the Fortune 500 customers, helping them with their security strategies, helping them with security testing, implementing identity and access management solutions, and providing the cyber defense implementation plans and stuff like that. And that's really when I developed a passion for sharing my knowledge. And in 2000, I was the resident network security expert for TechTarget, where I was helping security professionals, answer some of their technical questions and writing technical articles. And while in US, I also got involved with OWASP, INS, ISA, and started volunteering and contributing to different projects. During my career, I've actually played multiple roles, starting from a security engineer to an architect, and then to an SME. And now I'm working as a chief technologist and principal advisor. Well, I've worked with some of the finest people and learned from them. And truly speaking, I'm still learning. And in 2007, when most of the outsourcing was happening to India, it was becoming the world's IT hub. That's actually when I met few like-minded security professionals, and we played a key role in bringing OWASP to India, set of chapters, and also, as I talked about Security Byte, we launched India's first cybersecurity conference in 2008. But that's not love. I'm still passionate about cybersecurity, and I'm still learning. And I think that's what cybersecurity profession is all about. You always keep learning, and it keeps you on your toes, and that's how you grow. So let's just look at how has the industry evolved over the years. Well, over the past decades, if one can see that technology has actually become one of the main drivers, and it's shaping the way we interact, operate, and do business today. We are seeing a lot of digital transformation, and this is actually just the beginning. And while these advancements are actually helping us build a modern society, they're also bringing security threats to the forefront. And it actually raises the issues such as imminent cyber wars, cyber espionage, through advanced malwares and millions of insecure applications feeding our personal information to cybercriminal. So we have come a long way from 32-bit operating systems to quantum computing capability, and now we have thumb drives that now hold enough memory to take down companies and governments. The attacking styles have evolved from starting with the perimeter, minor breaches of site disabling through denial of service attacks, to now taking over drones and critical infrastructure. So truly, as we embrace this digital evolution and computing power continues to grow, the threats are only going to increase. I remember 10 to 12 years ago, senior management or board members rarely acknowledged the value of security, and let alone pay attention to the investment or the security safeguards that they had. But today, if you look at cybersecurity, has actually transformed into a critical element for the fabric of any modern business. There is a notable change today in the way these senior executives or businesses and governments actually views security. Now they actually take it seriously and recognize it as an organization-wide concern. And businesses are actually now taking it as a business driver. So it's truly clearer now more than ever that cybersecurity professionals are the strongest asset in the organization's arsenal. So even if this slide, you took a look at, I've just highlighted how things have been changing and what's really happening, and how it's gonna change from just being a broader threat to really targeted and organized crimes. From being a borderless society or a business, we have an extended enterprises today. Digital transformation is actually increasing the threat landscape, and regulations are ever increasing just to make sure that businesses are really focusing on the security side of it. And there is a rise of attacker and threats advancing that's happening. So I guess it's the cybersecurity industry needs to be a step ahead of everything that's happening. So I guess what really matters is that how one takes it, from a profession side, and learns and actually try to become sort of someone who can take on the challenge and make sure that we have a safer world, a much more secure environment, for the organizations and for the society as well. So let's talk about the challenges I faced and how I managed them. So, as I said, my journey, started. I never thought I would be in this, in this profession. But I guess the challenges that I'm talking about are pretty much you can really resonate with. Um, the first thing I feel is the cybersecurity profession is very demanding. You have to cope up with time sensitive projects, travel, etc. And this is just me. I think that's how I started up. So it's actually unlike any traditional job. You will have to work under tighter deadlines, work and communicate with multiple teams. Basically, a problem solver. That's how I see a leader who would take an initiative in an organization, or if you're working with a customer, that's exactly what you will have to do. And they will always look up to you to provide, the strategies and solutions to keep them, secure. So for me, it was a little challenging initially, but I guess it became easy after a few months. And in fact, I actually started enjoying it, not just because I was paid well, but I think I found that this is exactly what I wanted to be, a problem solver. And once you actually understand what you're doing is what drives you or drives your passion, I think that's the point when you actually start finding this challenging, pretty amazing, and pretty exciting, and it automatically becomes very easy for you to tackle them. Keeping up with the new technologies and solution, I guess this is something which is really important because cybersecurity landscape is very dynamic and ever evolving. So to be able to respond to the change, you need to continuously keep learning new technologies and upskilling yourself. So I always loved reading books, and that's actually what helped me. And also, I was never shy to approach someone that I knew could help me learn new technologies. And today, it's pretty easier because we got online courses, and certifications that can really help you, and you don't really have to struggle, with your time. Um, I think that's pretty important. Being relevant in the job, keeping yourself, updated with the new technologies is definitely going to help, and I think that's what is needed from a cybersecurity professional as well. Uh, the third I feel is finding the right opportunities, job, projects, domain, etc. Um, I guess this becomes easy if you keep demonstrating your skills and ability. I think the best way to do this is to volunteer for local cybersecurity community chapters, conferences, and share your work through talks or workshops. In fact, even just being there and talking to experts help you get a way into some good opportunities and projects. And it has been the same way for me. I think that's how I learned, and now I am not alone in any conference. I think I've made some good friends in this community, and I'm happy about it. Um, and passion, how to keep your passion alive. I guess this domain is actually all about passion. I think you can never be successful if you don't have a passion for what you're doing. Your passion is the one that will decide what you can become. While you may have many mentors and guides to help you choose what's best for you, but in my view, it's your passion that should be your ultimate, guide and help you take a decision. I think the other factor I would see is the curiosity factor. In fact, that for me actually became the driving factor for my passion and for solving problems, and that's actually eventually helped me. And I'm still passionate and still learning. As I said, this is a never-ending thing in cybersecurity profession is that, and I think this is one of the good thing about cybersecurity is that it's you're always a student. So no matter where you are, but you will still be looking out for some more information, for more learning as well. And that's actually what your professional growth is all about. There is unlimited growth in this profession, and it's only up to you that how much you can grow and be successful. There are enormous opportunities today in this field. You can start as a security engineer, but tomorrow you could be a CISO for a company. So it's all about how focused you are and how much you are committed to follow your passion. I think that's commitment towards your passion is what I keep repeating is required, and there's nothing else over here. So let me just talk about the predictions for cybersecurity industry. I guess I'm just gonna focus on some of them, which I feel are truly important. Is that the cybersecurity skill shortage, everybody knows, is we're facing, a global skill shortage, and this is estimated to be around 3.5 million unfilled cybersecurity jobs by 2021. So there is an enormous opportunity for all your budding cybersecurity aspirants, the one who want to become part of this profession. We're living in a world where artificial intelligence is taking on everything that we do today. But I feel that AI is yet to find its true place, and it's going to be somewhere in 2021 or 2022 where we will actually see some innovative use cases. At the same time, AI will also become the most lethal weapon in a malicious actor's attack arsenal. So it's not just going to be the defensive approach, but the attackers using the AI capabilities to target new attacks and find new ways of kind of taking over the organizations of critical infrastructures. And as digital transformation continues, data is actually becoming more valuable than ever. And we see a lot of data breaches that have happened in the last couple of years. I think it's there in every month we see something or the other happening, some new data breaches happening. So I think that's going to continue. And with the 5G coming in, it's actually going to increase the attack surface and will bring in some whole new challenges in the IoT space. Identity I see as becoming the new center of cyber defense because when we talk about data, you can't really take away the identity, and it's truly becoming very important these days. And I see a lot of organizations and in fact regulations talking about identity and access, being as one of the key player in anyone's cybersecurity strategy. So that's pretty much is going to be the new center. Well, targeted attacks, as I said, will continue to increase in 2020, but the worldwide spending on cybersecurity will increase to 130 billion by 2022, and that's just the estimated. I think it's going to grow more than that. So I just thought I'll give you some, my side of 5 reasons to choose cybersecurity. I think the first thing is that this profession is really exciting, dynamic, and challenging. There are a variety of areas and the growth of technologies which provide cybersecurity professionals with a different variety of challenges, and in fact, make them solve some critical problems. So it's an ever-evolving and dynamic landscape. So each new wave of technology actually creates new risk. So cybersecurity professionals, because they're vested with the job of identifying, understanding, and addressing these risks, play a crucial role. And each situation depicts a unique puzzle and is actually a unique opportunity to rise to the challenge. The second one I feel is the enormous growth opportunity. I guess this is a career, which has an ever-expanding scope as it presents one with the ultimate growth potential in your career, and gives you a lot of learning opportunities. A good cybersecurity professional, in my view, will actually understand how these technologies and organizations work, and learning never stops. So, in the cybersecurity sphere, it provides you a massive opportunity to stay challenged and engaged. Then this field offers a wide array of opportunities for all the professionals who are willing to challenge themselves. So I think there's an enormous growth opportunity over there. Next is reward and recognition. This is something very I truly feel has become easier today. Is that this profession actually gives you an opportunity to learn and earn, kind of thing. Today you have a lot of bug bounty programs. Companies are actually rewarding professionals for their responsible vulnerability disclosures. So if you are truly passionate and want to get recognized for your work and skill, I think this is the best time. The best ways to participate in hackathons, capture the flag challenges, bug bounty programs, etc., which are not going to just help you learn, but also earn at the same time. And then increased job opportunities. Well, as I just said, there is a skill shortage that is happening. So there is an increased job opportunities worldwide today. So even if not as a full-time employee, if you want to work as a freelancer or a contractor, there is a huge demand today. And if you can hone your skills and be good at what you do, I think there is no dearth of work. I guess it's all about how much passionate you are and how much committed and focused you are, and that's gonna help you with any opportunities. And then you get the opportunity to play different roles. I guess, as I said earlier, in fact, even I started as a security engineer and then worked my way towards being an architect and as an SME consultant. So you have immense opportunity to play as an implementation role, or be a part of the management side of the cybersecurity. Or if you want to be too technical, then you can be really helping organizations implement the security controls, doing security testing and all. You could also be a consultant and an advisor, but obviously that would require a lot of experience. But I guess your journey is full of different roles that you can play, and I guess that's what makes it more dynamic and more diverse, when it comes to this profession. So I guess we've come to the end of the session, and I just wanted to leave you guys with some of my message. These are some suggestions that I have for you. As we talked about, cybersecurity profession is really very challenging, but it's rewarding at the same time. And to be successful, you need to have a passion for it. So the first thing you need to do is to really identify and discover your passion. I think that's where you should start. And once you know that you have a passion for solving problems, or always being challenged by new problems and trying to find a solution for it, I think that's where you would know that, okay, this is the right profession for you. Once you start, my advice would be to build a strong foundation and choose a domain that you feel you can excel in. And then just immerse yourself into it and explore new areas. I think it's always better to combine multiple domains that logically fits together and makes sense for you, and would definitely add to your skill set. So someone who's doing into the who's completely into the network and would like to learn about cloud and all, I think that's a logical thing. And then someone who's into the application and wants to do some DevOps stuff as well, DevOps. I think that's pretty much logical. So you have to find what works for you and what you feel attracted to and passionate about. I think that's what makes a difference. And learn at least one programming language. And I'm telling you this out of my own experience that this actually comes handy in everything you would do in your job. I think having a knowledge of programming language, or maybe a scripting language, definitely helps out. uh, I guess it's always better if you start volunteering and contributing to cybersecurity community. Join organizations like OWASP, ISA, ISECA. They all have local chapters. So this is the best place to learn and grow yourself in the industry, and actually, to know other security professionals in this community. Volunteer for local cybersecurity conferences and chapters. It's not only the best place to learn and interact, but also to start showcasing your work through speaking, presenting, and doing workshop. I guess this actually helps you give a boost to your passion, and have a researcher mind. I think that's more important. Be curious to explore more. Learn more. Keep upskilling yourself. I think cybersecurity landscape is very dynamic and is continuously changing. So to be relevant, you need to keep learning and upskilling yourself. Just do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. Just do it. Certifications, really help, and they have to be relevant with, with your domain. And but certifications alone will not make you successful. I think certifications with hands-on experience will definitely help in your career progression. And today we have courses that are available. If you're starting off with your undergrad courses to postgraduate courses, you can take up cybersecurity as your specialization. In fact, there are certain areas where these certifications also help us, get you credits towards your, bachelor's and master's programs. So just look out what helps you, in your career. And computer science background actually helps, but it is not necessary today to be a cybersecurity professional. But if you ask me, I think having that kind of a education would definitely help. And even if you are from a different background, I think the certifications that help you build up your career into that area would definitely help. At least it will build up your foundation, in those areas. Maybe you can start up. Look up something that really matches your your passion, or the area that you really want to go, whether it is within network, or whether you want to defend a network, or you want to be into application security, or you just want to be a system administrator, just helping securing the infrastructure. So there are a variety of areas that you can really look at, and it depends upon what logically makes sense to you and what aligns with your passion is really the magic that would that will help you. So I guess that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. And I'm look forward to your feedback, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them up. Thank you.